My name is Dr. Andrew Jones. I'm a teaching fellow in Imperial history here in the Warwick History Department, and I'm here to talk about the 60th anniversary of this famous Suez crisis, which is this month, October. The Suez crisis, a very famous and a well-remembered moment in British contemporary history, where Britain, at the end of October 1956, invaded Egypt in tandem with its allies, France and Israel, to seize back the Suez Canal, that great strategic asset and symbol of empire that had been nationalised a few months earlier. And the Suez actually became this big moment of humiliation for Britain, where it very quickly seized back the canal, but then faced huge global condemnation for doing so. The Arab world erupted in fury. The Soviet Union threatened to rain down nukes on Europe, and the United States, who I think Britain had fatally miscalculated would support, actually did not. And Britain had to retreat in sort of humiliation. The Prime Minister Anthony Eden fell on his sword soon afterwards, and then Suez entered the popular memory as this moment of embarrassment and decline. I guess what I've been looking at recently is sort of how true that is, and how significant was Suez. And I think myself and most historians will now agree that perhaps its importance has been overstated, that it wasn't this watershed moment when Britain's empire ended and Britain's power ended, that actually these trends were going on much more longer, whether it was the empire being decolonising and was perhaps inevitable given the mounting calls for nationalism in Africa. Britain was weakening economically, it was dependent on American loans for many years, and it had been disengaging from the Middle East for many years, arguably ever since 1948 and the failure to convert the Palestine mandate into a binational state. So that in turn raises the question: if Suez it's perhaps been overstated and its importance has been overstated, why do we remember it so much? Why is it still wheeled out in Britain? Whether in these popular debates, whether the 2003 Iraq War debates, the anti-war campaigners spoke about how invading Iraq would be another Suez. Just this year, in the aftermath of what for some people was a shock decision to leave the European Union, people like Gordon Brown spoke about Britain would now be more isolated than ever since Suez, or Jeremy Paxman talking about how David Cameron has made the biggest miscalculation since Suez. And I guess what I would argue is that the reason we remember Suez so vividly is because it happened at such an important time in British history. It happened at this time when rapid change, the era of empire was ending, we were moving to a new world order constituted of independent post-imperial states organised around the Cold War superpowers, and Suez kind of became a scapegoat for debates about Britain declining and Britain's loss of influence and corresponding loss of vision. And I think because of that, it still remains a very powerful idea now which can be deployed for political purposes. I've actually written a piece on this, which is forthcoming in the BBC History magazine to mark the 60th anniversary of Suez, and if you're interested in reading more on what I've got to say, then please do have a look. It should be made available on the university website and channels in due course. Thank you very much.